Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and it is gold Paydirt review time. I know this video is a few days late. I was really sick. I had something wrong with my stomach, so I had to delay this video, but this is going to be the third of 3 videos I am shooting for CaribbeanGoldPaydirt.com. This is a Rio De Oro bag. It is a 2-pound bag of river sand material from the Caribbean, and it is supposed to contain 1.4 grams of gold. And also the gold is supposed to be nothing but chunky and picker's gold, so it should be really, really easy to pan out because I haven't slept very good or eaten very well in a couple of days, so I need something easy to do today. Now, before I flash up the description, I will say a couple things. About a month ago, when I purchased this bag or had a friend purchase this bag, the description was a little bit different than it is now. Originally, it said 1 gram of gold guaranteed. And I thought that was really odd that you could get a $69 bag of 3-pound material, even though it was that clay material with 1 gram, and yet a $99 bag also only contained 1 gram of gold. Now, I noticed recently they updated it to say 1.4 grams of gold, so I emailed them and asked them about it, and they said essentially all the bags contained 1.4 grams of gold. They just didn't want to say that. They just wanted people to find extra, so they put 1 gram of gold on there. But then they did say they decided to up it to 1.4 grams because I'm guessing they wanted a more detailed description, which is really good. You know how I am about descriptions. I love good descriptions, so I'm glad for that. So this bag should contain 1.4 grams of gold, chunky gold, pickers, nuggets, things like that. They say no fine or flour gold in here, so really excited to get to this. So I'm going to flash up the description, and then we're going to go to the overhead and classify this down. So here you go. All right, got my pans, got the Paydirt, and I have my classifier, so I'm gonna let you listen to some music, and I'm gonna classify this down and see what we get. Well, before I do that, let me just check out the Paydirt. Kind of scared after that last bag of theirs. Yeah, looks pretty normal. It does look like it's going to mess up the water a little bit, so but we're going to find out. Let me let you listen to some music, and we're going to classify it now. Well, as you can see, this definitely steps down, with the vast majority being in the +10 and then the -10 +20, with almost nothing in these lower 2 classifications. But I don't really mind that because they do say it's mostly supposed to be chunky gold. So I'm only expecting to find gold in these 2, and probably most of it's going to be in this +10. Maybe some in the -10 +20. Depends on what they consider chunky gold. You never know what somebody considers chunky gold. So let's see if there's any magnetics in here. Again, this stuff is really, really fine, powdery material. Not a lot. I mean, there's a little bit, but really not that much. Let's see the larger stuff. Again, really not that much. Yeah, really not that much. So let's check out the bigger one, since this is the ones that I'm probably going to be doing the closer and better panning at. Yeah. And not much. But all right, I'm going to go set up my water, and then we're going to come right back and start panning out some gold. Well, have my water all set up, have my Paydirt, and let's start panning it out. Let's start with +10. Well, finished panning everything out as you saw, and that was extremely easy to pan out. It did have a couple pieces of organics, but nothing that really even got close to being in the way. Again, it was a little dirty, but nowhere near as dirty as that 3-pound clay material. If there would have been fine gold, I probably would have used a pour-off pan or something like that, just so it didn't cloud up my water so much. But since there was very little material in the -20, +40, and the -40, I just figured I would go with it. I didn't expect to find any gold in the lower classifications, and I pretty much didn't. But the gold I did find, let me show it to you. So in the +10, as you saw, I did find some gold. 2 nice little pickers and 3 little tiny +10 pieces. So pretty happy with that. 5 little pieces. And then in the -10 +20, even more gold. Probably about 20, maybe 25 pieces. So this is pretty much where I expected to find all my gold. And it's pretty much where I did find all my gold. So let's put that there. And then in the -20 +40, even more gold, but just one lonely little piece. And it probably should have been in the higher classifications. It probably just went through the classifier right at the right angle. But I did find gold in there, so that was good. But then in the -40, no gold. Not even one little piece. So can't say I'm disappointed, because they tell you in the description you're really not going to find any fine gold. It's all going to be chunky gold. So let's just weigh it up and see how much gold I did get. $1.065 in the +10. So I was guaranteed 1 gram, but they said in the email that it was 1.4. In reality, they had just, when I bought it, it said 1 gram. It now says 1.4. And the -10 +20, 0.390. So I have the 1.4 grams that was guaranteed. And then this one little last piece, 0.10. Just add it all up and see what the total is. $1.450. So not too bad. A little bit over what was guaranteed. And I'm going to be right back with my ROI and my review. Well, finished calculating my ROI, writing up my review, and let's get to it. Again, this was from Caribbean Gold Paydirt. This was the Rio De Oro bag. It was 2 pounds, guaranteed 1.4 grams. Its cost was $99.95. Shipping was $7.95. Total cost right here, $106.95. Gold recovered, again, right here, 1.450 grams. Now the gold spot on the day this was received was $47.86, making this gold's value $69.40. So my ROI is 64.90, or on my scale, a 6.5. So that was a little bit disappointing with the ROI going lower. It seems to be going pretty much lower in every bag. Fun factor, I'm going to give it a 6.5. I'm not going to bump it up any or drop it any. Normally, if it didn't have a good description, I would have lowered it, because I didn't find any gold really except for in the upper 2 classifications. But since they do tell you that's what it's going to be, I left it at 6.5. It wasn't anything astonishing that would make me raise it either. You know, I didn't get a really high ROI. 65% is an okay ROI. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. 65, 70, somewhere around there is decent. So now for Paydirt description, I'm going to give it an 8 again, like I did in the other bags. They have a decent description, but they have a really good blog as well, so it helps it out a whole bunch. For quantity and packaging, they're getting a 9 as a coffee bag, and it weighed over the 2 pounds. Customer service and shipping, both 10. It shipped out really quickly. Now, this stuff does ship really quickly, considering it's from the Caribbean. Everyone I've been hearing from has been getting it 2 days, maybe 3 days at the latest. So really quick shipping. They've been answering emails really quickly. Again, like I say, the customer service has been astounding so far. So total score for Caribbean Gold Paydirt's 2 pound Rio De Oro bag is an 8. Now, normally an 8 would be a good score. 8 to 10, I'll buy anytime. But the only thing that's disappointing about this is that the score's been going down. I got an 8 from this bag, which was a $100 bag. I got an 8.3, I believe, from their $70 bag, and an 8.5 from their $40 bag. And it really should be going the opposite way, in my opinion at least. I think, the more you spend, the better the experience should be. So it was a little bit disappointing. ROI went down some, and I spent more money. And I'm never a big fan of that. Now, I do like this company. I do like their Paydirt, but I would probably stick to the first bag I reviewed, the Gallo Bravo bag. It's the one that I had the most fun with. I got a really good ROI from it, and the total score was the highest. So if I might try one of their bigger bags one day just to see if it gets a lot better for, if you're paying $200 or $250. But right now, so far, the first bag I did was the best. And this would probably be the second just because the Taino bag was so difficult to do. It was just so cloudy. I would prefer this one, doing the chunky easy gold. I guess if you're looking for something really easy, this would be a bag for you. The ROI won't be as good as it was on the $40 bag, but it was fun. So all that's left is to flash up the score and give away a 24 karat gold plated dime. So let's flash up the score here. Now, before I give away my 24 karat gold plated dime, I do need to do some shout outs for some of my newest Patreon members. So thank you, Jacob Collins, Robert Williams, Randy Harris, Kurt Peel, Kenneth Jernigan, and Greg Russell, as well as, and not to forget, John Minges. So thank you all for joining my Patreon page. I really appreciate the support. And if anyone else wants to join my Patreon page, go to patreon.com/Miller Prospecting. I am doing an awesome, huge Christmas giveaway. A lot of that's going to my Patreon members, so make sure you check it out. But for the 24 karat gold plated dime giveaway, the winner is going to be OK. That's it. O and then K. OK, make sure you email me so I can send this off to you. And to everyone else, thanks for watching. Happy panning, and make sure you hit the subscribe button down below.